There we go. Oh, I see some stealth bombers already. Guys, what's on the field?
Indeed, more stealth bombers for Uncle Soundwave. We have Pitch Black Legion versus the Kadeshi, and you're listening to Verone and Brianna Tempest. Well, for Pitch Black Legion, we have fielded a Slipney, a Daredevil, a Ferox, 3 Manticores, a Basilisk, and 3 Rooks.
And for the Kadeshi, we have Loki, 2 Tengus, a Claymore, a Dramiel, a Thrasher, 3 Hounds, and a Scimitar.
Again, I'm expecting a lot of stealth bomber damage from the start here. We're just waiting for the countdown in local from CCP Claw. He's given us the 1 minute, but he hasn't yet given us the 10 seconds. Brianna, who's your money on?
I think this is a very evenly matched team. The Kadeshi do have 3, Tech 3 ships, and while the other team has a lot of jamming power, if the DPS can actually the jamming power immediately with their stealth bombers and their Tech 3 ships, it might be, it might turn the tide for them.
Yep, it's interesting to see how they're placed as well. We have a big group of the Kadeshi ships, pretty much all of them apart from the stealth bombers, sat back from the beacon with the 3 hounds in front of them. Conversely, we have a big group of the Pitch Black Legion team, all of them apart from the Basilisk, in fact, sat roughly about 50 clicks from the beacon with the Basilisk at 70. And straight away we can see there that, yep, there we go, 3 bombs released already from the Kadeshi team.
It would be pretty hilarious if the bombs actually blow each other's stealth bombers up first and then the stealth bombers all die.
I think what has just actually happened is both teams have just launched their bombs and their bombs have blown each other's bombs up, which is a bit stupid. Nothing has actually taken any damage at all yet.
Yeah, both are just starting to get into range of each other. I think the bomb is not really making an effect on any teams at all. I think it's really, really difficult, as you said before. You really have to have very precise directional control before you can launch those bombs, or just one little panicky moment and you completely, because even though you're pointed kind of close to them, or what you think the target is, you might actually miss it by like of distance.
Yeah, well, we were talking about successful use of bombers, and ladies and gentlemen, that is how not to use a stealth bomber. That was absolutely atrocious. We've got a big group of Hobgoblin 2s there from the Pitch Black Legion team heading across to try and hit one of their hounds, or one of the hounds of the Kadeshi rather. Not really a great deal going on. Logistics pilot on the part of the Kadeshi seems to be pretty much in control of keeping those bombers alive.
Yeah, and it seems like the Kadeshi Claymore is actually running away from a Ferox, and I think what he's trying to do is to try to get away from the fray as much as possible, because he's providing a lot of the gang boosting power of the entire Kadeshi team, and he doesn't want to die. And as we see, one of the Rooks from the Pitch team is actually starting to bleed into structure, although he's being quickly wrapped up, his shield is being quickly wrapped up to about 80% and 30% shield, and you can see here that being a logistic pilot is really not easy. You got to be on the ball all the time.
Yeah, but as you were speaking there, first blood of the match does go to Pitch Black Legion. They've just dropped a Thrasher from the Kadeshi's team. That Rook looking like he's in a little bit of trouble, but the Basilisk pilot from Pitch Black Legion there really keeping him alive, doing a good job of it. We've got a Hound as well from the Kadeshi team deep in the structure, and he's down and out.
Yeah, and the Rook is actually being with full shields now, so it seems that for now they're actually being able to keep their jams on the other team, and it's a real big disadvantage if you're being jammed, because you're unable to target anything, and it doesn't do you any good if your torpedoes can't even fire from your launch.
Yeah, we can see there as well that Pitch Black Legion are using a hell of a lot of light shield maintenance bots as well. They have a huge blob of light shield maintenance bots sat around their Basilisk, just trying to keep him alive in case anyone decides that they want to primary him. Not really a great deal of damage going on between any of the teams right now. Both logistics pilots really working overtime to keep to negate as much DPS as possible. And just as I speak there, we have the Basilisk pilot of Pitch Black Legion taking heavy shield damage.
Yeah, it seems like he's being targeted and being primaried actually, and it's actually a wise choice from the other team because the logistic pilot actually provide a lot of the tanking power of an entire team, and if you can take him down to just blow him smithereens, just like what they're trying to do right now, you can actually make a huge, you can actually determine the outcome of your match because even if you have a lot of jamming power, it's only a matter of time till you can actually regain lock and kill them again.
Yeah, we can see there a lot of light shield maintenance drones there on the Basilisk, but it just wasn't enough. It was too little too late. He was being heavily target painted by the Kadeshi team, and he's unfortunately he's down and out, so that leaves Pitch Black Legion with no logistics ship now. I think they're probably going to go after the EW, I should imagine, try and get that off the field now that it's unprotected. You can see there the Rook starting to take shield damage. It looks as if they are going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, Kadeshi really have to try to bring those rooks down in a hurry because if not, they still have enough jamming power to take out the Scimitar because you can actually jam a logistic pilot and he won't be able to do anything for his teammates. And as we say here, one of the rooks blew up. And the Scimitar from the Kadeshi is actually starting to take some heavy shield damage. He's going to in about, he's almost an entire shield gone, and he's actually gonna explode right now.
Oh, this evens things out a little bit. Both of the logistics ships down for both teams. It's yeah, it has leveled the playing field slightly, but I think that Pitch Black Legion are still in trouble. You know, they've lost 2 of their rooks now. It's really not looking good for these guys.
Yeah, you can just see here that Pitch Black has lost their second rook, which leaves them with only 1 rook. And if the Tech 3 ships from Kadeshi can catch up to him and just break their jams and just fire on him, he's gonna die so fast.
Yeah, but I think that at this point the Kadeshi are pretty much screwed. It's you know, the Pitch Black Legion team still have their Sleipnir on the field, albeit at half shield. Still have a Ferox. Yeah, it's not looking good.
And as more explosions happen, we can see that the Kadeshi is starting to shift their focus onto the remaining rook. He's in about 50% shield, and I can see that he's not really taking too much damage right now. He pretty much, I think he probably has a jam on those 3 ships there. But we do see some of the other Manticore from the Pitch Black team starting to take heavy shield damage and starting to bleed armor, and that's never good for a shield tank ship.
Yeah, I mean it has given the start when all the bombs went off and destroyed each other. It's been a pretty close fight since. I mean, we have 2 Tengus and a Claymore left on the field for the Kadeshi, and for Pitch Black Legion we have a Sleipnir, a Daredevil, Ferox, and 2 Manticores left there. Now 1 Manticore. We've just lost one as I spoke. So you know, this could really, in all honesty, go either way. It's pretty difficult to call. Although the Claymore is sat there roughly at half shields, and we're losing another Manticore from Pitch Black Legion.
Yeah, and if you actually look at the Claymore, he's being chased around by this hero Ferox from Pitch Black team, and it seems like this Ferox has a little bit of an unorthodox setup here. He's using heavy missiles, and I can't really tell, are these pulses or autocannons?
I'll have a quick look at it. This Ferox, I'll take a quick peek. In fact, I can't because he's well out of my range. These guys are mortaring quite heavily, in fact, given the class of ships. I can't understand why this Claymore pilot's running away from a Ferox so severely. You know, I certainly wouldn't be. As a Claymore pilot, you know, I generally tend to put up a decent shield tank. The Sleipnir is also well known for it, even though the one that's on the screen now is currently dying horribly.
Yeah, it seems like the tide is starting to turn for Kadeshi, and they might actually pull through if they can get the remaining Ferox and Daredevil down, which should not be a problem. But who knows if the Daredevil is going to try to pull a hero move again.
Yeah, it's seriously interesting fight. I mean, Daredevil and a Ferox on the field now for Pitch Black Legion. It looked as if they had it in the bag for a little while. But, you know, two two T3 hulls on the field for the Kadeshi and one Claymore. It's really turned around from them, and I just don't think they've got it in them to pull this back.
And Pitch Black wins. Back to Soundwave.
Oh, we still have a Ferox on the field. We still have one ship on the field there. Still a Ferox on the field for Pitch Black Legion.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the Ferox. He was actually hit behind some letters that's on my screen. But he's actually motoring pretty heavily right now, and he's still chasing after that Claymore.
Yeah, Claymore pilot sat there at roughly 50% shields. We've got one of the Tengus deep in the bottom end of his shields. He looks like he's roughly around his peak recharge rate. We can see there the Ferox, the only ship left, the Ferox for Pitch Black Legion, taking heavy shield damage. Doesn't look like this match is going to go on much longer, and it looks as if the Kadeshi are going to take this. I was really surprised because you know, it looked as if it could go either way initially, with the screw up from both teams with the bombs. Then stealth bombers dropping left, right, and centre. It was an unpredictable match to call, but definitely looks like it's swinging for the Kadeshi now.
Yeah, it's the Ferox starts to drop into armor because this is a Caldari ship. It's going to drop extremely quickly, and he's already starting to bleed into structure, so it's only a matter of seconds until he blows up.
Yep, just waiting for those last couple of volleys now from the Kadeshi team to lay waste to this Ferox, and then pretty much the match is over for them.
He's still a little bit of life left, and I'm starting to see no missiles from the other team. I wonder what could be happening.
Believe we may have a hero Ferox on our hands. Now Ferox is actually starting to claw back his shield slowly.
He is, but I think the Kadeshi is just trying to loot the field before killing the Ferox because they know it's only a matter of minutes. Even if his entire shield recharges, it's only a matter of minutes till the Tengus and the the Tengus and the Claymore catches up to him.
Yeah, looks as if they're keeping him alive just long enough to loot the field. He is trying to pull his armor back there, his shield back there though. He's deft up, and there he goes. He is down and out. And, well, the Kadeshi take not a convincing win, but a win nonetheless. Back to Soundwave.
That was certainly a match that went back and forth a little bit. The Kadeshi taking it in the end. We still have 3 matches left this evening, so don't go anywhere. Our next match at 2000 hours Eve is Ulta Capella versus Silver Twilight Express. That is one of 3 matches we have left. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be right back.